In today's challenge, favorite bladesmiths aren't the only thing that's coming back. It's the car challenge. Using tools from the shop, working alone or together, you will harvest the steel that you need to make a fully hardened blade in your signature style.
When I saw the sheet come off the truck, I thought, I've never taken a truck apart to make a knife before.
Bladesmiths, your time starts now. So, what parts of this car are great for making a blade?
The axles, the sway bars up front.
There's various parts in the engine and transmission that make great steel, but who wants to mess around with tearing that apart?
Get out of the way.
I'm gonna go for flat steel, so I'm gonna go for the leaf springs.
Everybody said leaf spring, so we all congregated on the rear end of the truck.
There we go.
I'm going to make a recurve buoy style. Recurve is going to assist in the chopping and slicing that'll be done because of that shape.
They're gonna test the knife out on wood blocks and a ham, so I'm gonna have to do a heavy chopper with maybe a little convex edge so I could use it for slicing as well.
Now remember last time, I heard that Ryu is actually now marketing a satellite forge.
I still use a satellite this as a forge. You know, that never changed. The way I work is very similar to the way I live. Primitive. I got this from a shark that I killed a few years ago. I like wrestling sharks. I like to get in there with them in the water and, you know, kill them with a knife.
Kelly is a fine artist, so I'm hoping she's going to bring some of that into this competition.
I decided just to go with kind of a basic camper knife. It's pretty simple. It's more about the shape of my grind than whatever shape I have on my blade. Last time I was on the show, I looked at the clock like every 5 seconds. But today, my plan is to not be frantic. I don't have to be like...
Bladesmiths, you have 90 minutes remaining to finish your work.
For the heat treat, what's been done in the past is everybody goes in and they do a vertical quench. I don't use a vertical tank at home, so I want to be comfortable. Under the grinder, there sits a water trough. I'm gonna fill it with the quench oil.
Oh! It's like the Exxon Valdez out there. There's oil spilling everywhere.
A horizontal tank gives me a better assurance of the hard edge and the softer spine.
That's brilliant. Figured it'd be good for all of us. I love how these smiths all work together.
Dave's in the oil.
That was fast.
Heat treating this steel is a bit of a challenge for me. I had to kind of go by memory because I'd never done it before with this steel.
Quench.
Rich is in the oil. Looks pretty straight. Rich seems happy with it. Don't go to the water.
I never like seeing anybody quench their blade and then put it in the water. We've seen that do horrible things to blades.
And...
No. Don't
He's
do it.
hesitating. It's in. In and out. In and out.
The big question is that going to come back and burn him later on?
After I quenched my blade, I did a file test and I noticed that even the spine was hardened. I'm not very comfortable about that. I want the blade to harden, but not the spine. So I grabbed a torch and I drew some hardness out.
Ryu's gonna be really careful. He doesn't let that color travel down to his edge.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of blue on that spine.
If I'm not careful, I'm gonna have to start over.
Dave's happy with his blade and it's sitting on the handle.
So Dave's done, Rich done, and Ryu's down on the anvil. We got Kelly still working, using every available minute. And we've got the boys club over here. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please stop working and return to your anvils.
Kelly went from a block of steel to an absolutely beautiful knife in the last 40 minutes of the competition, which scares the shit out of me. That was brilliant, by the way, bringing out the trough and doing an edge quench.
Yeah.
We made a mess. It was awesome.
All right, judges, we'll start with Dave's blade.
It's a beautiful blade. It's just even and clean. There's a lot of mass here, but that's all right. It's a chopping test.
He's trying to find something wrong with it, and he's like, dude, I got nothing.
So let's move on to Kelly's blade.
The feel of it, a little heavy, but then again, when you think about all the problems she had, she never quit, she kept on going. I like it.
A little bit more refining would help, but certainly a good shape for a chop and a slice challenge.
Great. And then let's talk about Rich's blade.
Rich and Kelly are very similar, but I think Kelly actually pulled out ahead of him. Even the grinds are not symmetrical. There's a lot of work that could have been done just even here. And with, what, 20 minutes, you could have taken care of a lot of these issues, and that's really disappointing to see.
Moving on to Ryu's blade on the end.
Ryu did do a much better job this time. He knew what he had to do, he had a plan, and he charged ahead with it. You know, he looked like he hardened the blade, so that's gonna be a big improvement. We've got smiths here that did something we hadn't seen before, a horizontal edge quench.
Okay.
And some of them seem to perform it a little better than others.
Judges, it's that time. We made a final decision.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go tell our smiths. The judges have made their final decision, and it's time for one of you to leave the forge. The bladesmith leaving the forge is Ryu. Your blade did not make the cut.
You know, Ryu, I really like the design and what you were doing there. As we went through the deliberation, we did a file check on all the blades, and the file bit into your edge and actually rolled that edge over. And the fact that that blade isn't fully hardened, that's the reason you're going home today.
That's fair.
Ryu, I'm gonna have to ask you to surrender your weapon and leave the forge.
I'm a little surprised because I thought I did everything right on that blade, but I made a mistake. Now it's somebody else's chance to shine. I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigar.